Hey, everybody. I just wanted to tell you really quick about a live show that we're doing. It is May 26th at 3 p.m. It is at the old fire station here in Oxford, and it is part of the Saint Audio Podcast Festival. It is a podcast festival going on all weekend that features some great podcasts from all over the world, from the US and the UK, and just those two places, really. But yeah, it's a really big, fun event that I have organized, and then I also put our own podcast in there. So what do you know about that? What a coincidence. There was a spot for our podcast at this podcast festival that I organized. But so there's going to be some really amazing and fun podcasts there in addition to ours. And so, yeah, go to staudioPodcastFestival.com for more information. There'll be a link in the description below. And check out what we have. If you enjoy this podcast, come and see us live. We're going to be doing some live things we can't do on the podcast, interacting with the audience and doing some stuff that won't make it to the final episode, because maybe we'll do some really visual things. Maybe we'll finally do Paint Misbehavin', which we've been threatening to do for years, but maybe we can do it live for you with a screen and stuff. So please come check us out. Like I said, it's May 26th, 2024. It's at 3 p.m. at the Old Fire Station, part of the Saint Audio Podcast Festival, which runs from Friday to Sunday and has some really outstanding shows from some really amazing podcasts. And we are actually even showing the movie Spice World, which is related. If you check just check the website, and it makes more sense why we would be showing Spice World at the Ultimate Picture Palace. But yep, it's going to be a fun time in Oxford. Come and see us and have a blessed day. Bye, everybody. Welcome to Saint Misbehavin', the podcast about saints from people who are not. I am your host, Matthew Shanoran, and I am joined, as always, by the answer to the question nobody wanted, Anna Domini?
Wow. That one's not new, because I'm fairly sure my older brother and possibly my parents have told me I wasn't wanted. So Actually, that's definitely not true, because I have 5 younger siblings. So
I mean, they could be possible.
Yeah, maybe they were like,
they didn't want any of those.
Well, or they were like, let's keep trying to get a better one, and then they never did.
That's the thing.
Could be that.
It seems like you should have a big family, because then it doesn't matter if a few of them wash out, and end up as like podcasters or whatever.
Yeah, I was about to say, but your parents only had 2, right? So
yeah.
doesn't really work.
I'm the real success story.
Yeah.
That's a sad fact for the Shadorn family. Some cousins have done much better than me, so whatever.
Hey, you've got 2 degrees. That's
Yay.
Something. 2 degrees and 2 festivals.
Yeah, that's true. Anna, how have you been since we last spoke?
This month. Yeah, I'm okay. I am enjoying the fact that it's like the weather's getting nicer now. That always makes everything seem a bit better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's green on the trees, which is nice. Not everything's brown anymore. Like,
that's something.
Yeah, it's like we're moving out of like the beginning bit of the Wizard of Oz into actual Oz,
Where there are witches and trees that beat you up.
Listen, I think if more trees started fighting back, then maybe we'd all be okay. We'd have hope for the future.
Yeah, any trees out there listening, start throwing some apples at people. Come on. Yeah, it's like sunnier, but then it's also like the wind is insane today.
Yeah.
It's freezing outside today.
Yeah, we had to take down our bird feeder because it kept getting blown over, and it's like, it's not worth feeding the birds if like we accidentally murder someone else.
Does it keep swinging, just like smacking birds into a wall?
No, it's not quite that bad, but it falls against our like living room wall, which is actually just a window, so that's always a little bit dicey. So it's double glazed, but it's still glass, so it's a bit scary.
That's not to tempt fate.
Yeah. The unintentional murder that happens as a result of the bird feeder is that I also have a bug hotel on my balcony, and because I've got quite a small balcony, the bug hotel is a bit too close to the bird feeder, so when they get bored of the feed, they start attacking the bugs. So
it's like you've made a 2-course meal out out there for them. Like, so we start with the scene and then move on to the oh, shall we retire to the bug hotel and have a little bit more
feelings still feeling peckish.
Something a little fresher.
Yeah, so that's not good.
I love how your environmentalism is just constantly in like conflict with itself.
Yeah, isn't that quite the metaphor for the state that we're all in, really?
Right, it's true. Well, Anna, have you done anything saintly or had anything miraculous happen to you?
You mean other than feeding the birds with a 2-course meal?
I mean, that's pretty Saint Augustine would be very proud of you.
Or St. Francis of Assisi, probably.
St. Francis would be very proud of you. Damn it, I forgot. I forgot. St. Augustine would be very upset with you for having sex out of wedlock.
Well, yes.
Or sex
I thought you were about to say having sex with the birds. I was going to be like, where did that come from?
I think a lot of people would be upset with that, yeah.
We preferred it if you'd actually just murdered them, actually.
Yeah. I mean, both things are happening, so could you just do the one? Because the other one's weird.
We're really upsetting. Yeah. My goodness, we've descended so far in such a short time. Far. A new low for us. This is a record. Perhaps. Have I done anything saintly? This weekend is my boyfriend's grandma's birthday. She's turning 80, so it's a big birthday.
Okay.
And I learned this yesterday. And Danny was like, we need to send her a card. And I was like, how about I make a card? So I spent my Friday evening painstakingly making a card. And because I don't have much physical stamina at the moment, it was like quite an intensive thing, even though it was just like cutting things up and sticking them down, which is apparently something toddlers can do. But like my back was hurting.
It's not one of those cards that fold, because the folding was just, you did not have the energy to
oh yeah,
fold
no, it was a piece of paper. No, I think like I was using some quite cheap scissors, so my hand got kind of sore, and I was like, this is what people mean by suffering for their art, clearly. So I thought that was kind of saintly, because I dedicated my broken body to making something nice for an old lady.
That's very sweet of you. That's very nice.
Thank you.
I know that you have limited power reserves.
Exactly.
And it's nice of you
to dedicate some of them to someone else.
Yeah.
What about you? You can you do better than that?
I recently received a blessing, not from any member of the clergy.
Didn't you talk about this last time?
No.
Wait, did a bird shit on you? Is that your blessing?
No, that happened to you. You're thinking of you that happened to. The birds know better. No, what happened is...
Why is there so much bird in this podcast already? This is very weird. It's turning into an ornithological podcast.
We're about as qualified to do either one.
Yeah, that's true.
So what happened is, we have a lady come every other week to clean our house. And I know this sounds very bougie. And when we were moving into our house, Alice was like, oh, when we move in, we're going to get somebody to come and clean like every other week. And I was like, what? Really? Okay, princess. Whatever this fucking...
And now you can't live without her.
And it really is it is really nice. And it's not that expensive. It's like, it's like 32 pounds, and she comes every other week and just like, and she basically like cleans the kitchen, cleans the bathroom.
And that's for 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
I was going to say, if that was 3 hours, that would be below minimum wage.
It's for the whole day.
Oh my God.
Well, here's the thing is, like, sometimes she's here when, like, if she's working from home or something, she'll be here when the cleaner's here, and sometimes I'm here. And usually when the cleaner comes, I usually, like, take Tavish out, and so we,
not in her way. Yeah.
Yeah. But the other day, she's like, how long does she stay here? And I was like, I don't know, but I think it's like...
So did you find out you're only paying her like £4 an hour?
No, yeah, really. I mean, that was the thing, is like, we were like, I think she's staying more than 2 hours. And I was like, yeah, I think she might be. And then, so the time before last that she was here, I came home and I realized that she was still here, and I was like, okay, she's definitely been here 2.5 hours.
Right.
Okay, so I was like, I think this has been the norm. So we were like, hey,
do we owe you a ton of money?
We probably do, actually. We were like, hey, we saw that you normally spend 2.5 hours here. You don't have to do anything different, but we're going to increase your pay to 40 pounds, because that's 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So, which is what you're actually doing, and we really appreciate the work that you do, and we don't want to make sure you're not getting shortchanged.
Yeah.
And then she sent us a message back that was like, saying like, may God bless you doubly for this. And we were just like, okay.
So you're saying the saintly thing you did was pay someone what you actually owed them. That doesn't sound that impressive.
I stopped committing wage theft, is what I did.
Wow. So wait, does that mean I'm the only person that works for you for way less than they deserve now?
Well, probably everybody does. But the point is that, other people would have been just like, oh, cool, free half an hour of, but anyways.
Yeah.
And then she was very appreciative of it, I think, and that was really nice.
Good.
So,
Great capitalism from you.
I just, you know what, the thing is, like, I feel weird about somebody coming in and cleaning. It is a really nice thing to do because we're super lazy and
and you have a super boisterous kid.
Yeah, and Tavish is like a lot, and you should see like she came on Monday. Today I cleaned the kitchen so much you'd be like, she was never here. No one ever comes in and cleans this.
I mean, I'm looking at your bedroom right now, and it does not look like the bedroom of a person who has a cleaner.
Thank you. Yes. See, that's the thing. So she does an amazing amount of work. I'm like, she must feel so satisfied when she leaves here because she's clearly done a lot.
Makes such a difference.
She's made a huge difference. It must be really satisfying to clean our house.
Right.
Or
like
you must hate it.
Rather than her other clients who are just, not as messy, she probably doesn't like them as much. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, it was nice to be acknowledged for
Yes.
No, it was just very sweet of her to respond, and like she's like, "Oh, may God doubly bless you," and I was like, "Oh, that's nice."
Yeah. So
it was a nice to be blessed.
It sounds like you had an encounter with someone else doing a saintly thing rather than you doing a saintly thing, basically.
Yeah, that'd be more accurate, I think, to say, because we say have a blessed day at the end of every podcast, and that's a bit tongue in cheek.
Yes.
So it's nice to be sincerely blessed by someone who,
Fair enough.
A nice Catholic lady.
Yeah.
Anyways, Anna.
Yes.
Today is March 31st, 2024.
Happy Easter.
It's not Easter.
Isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah, no, March 30th. Next weekend is Easter.
Oh, it is Easter. What do you know about that? Oh, and my father-in-law's visiting. Boy, this calendar is handy. It's March 31st, 2024. Anna, who is today's saint?
So this month's saint is Saint Joseph. I'm fairly sure you've heard of him.
Are you talking about Joe Biden?
Yes.
Because I did get my student loans canceled.
We're going to be listening all about the saintly works of the 46th president.
Here's
Joseph...
the things that you need to know about the Joe Biden. And I just want to make this clear. Like, he's canceled. My student loan debts have been canceled, and so have those of millions of other people.
Nice.
And he's signed a very progressive bill for climate change, the most progressive bill ever. Doing a lot to fight.
And also funding genocide in Palestine.
All right, you know what? All right, that is a tough one to defend. That said, if Trump becomes president again, I'll lose my goddamn mind. And so will everybody else. So let's just keep that in mind. Which St. Joseph are we talking about here today?
So, starting on a hopeful note about our future, a choice between a bad choice and a terrible choice. No, St. Joseph is Jesus' stepdad.
Oh, that guy.
That guy.
What did that guy ever do except for being a total cuck?
Well, we're about to find out.
All right.
So his main feast day is on the 19th of March, and it's called the Solemnity of St. Joseph. But the Catholic Church also recognises his memorial as Saint Joseph the Worker on the 1st of May. May is like,
it's May
Workers'
Day, International Workers' Day.
So, fun facts.
I didn't know that the Catholic Church was so socialist.
I suppose you can be a capitalist and appreciate your workers for the money they bring you, but not as, people in their own right, I suppose.
I suppose so. But I just like the idea of St. Joseph, the hammer and a sickle, St. Joseph the Worker.
He was a carpenter, right? So...
yeah, it's true.
He probably had those. He's also celebrated in Eastern Christianity on the Sunday after the Nativity, and in the Armenian Apostolic Church on the Monday after the 6th Sunday following the Feast of the Holy Cross.
Oh, no, don't do that. You need a goddamn calculator to figure out this shit?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
It's a magic formula. It's just like Easter.
Easter. I hate Easter. I hate Easter. I hate the way...
It's the 6th Sunday after the last robin flies over the frozen well.
Yeah. It's just silly.
I would have thought as an American you'd loved it, because it's like anything but the metric system.
Fair. Come on, the whole calendar's a mess. 365 days. They're like, I don't know. Anyways,
yes.
So St. Joseph, when did he live?
In the 1st century, surprisingly, right. Matthew, because he was around just before and during Jesus is the thing.
Right. Do we know when he died?
No. Well, I don't think so. On my research, it just says dates 1st century. But maybe we'll hear about when he died. I don't know because I haven't actually read through. But it's fine. There's a lot here. It's all good.
Okay. So let's hear about St. Joseph.
Yeah.
Do we have humble beginnings as a young boy?
He's little is known about his early life. There we go. But that's in the middle of the paragraph. So just let me get on with it, please.
Okay.
Joseph is best known as the husband of Mary, mother of Jesus. He was a Jewish man and lived in Nazareth. It's mentioned in the Gospel of Matthew that he was a carpenter, although the Greek word used, tekton, is a general term that could refer to any kind of artisan. So, could have been making sourdough, but most likely shelves and benches and stuff.
So, what's the word? TikTok?
TikTok. Tekton.
He's a TikTok influencer. Oh, wow.
Yeah, the first.
He's like, people would be like, why are you making these short dances, Joseph? It's like, it's going to pay off one of these days.
No, tekton. I guess where technology comes from.
Oh, right. Oh, good point. All right. So he was some kind of artisan. So he could have been like a carpenter, but he could have been like a sandwich artist like they have at Subway.
Exactly. Or a barista doing like the froth art on top of cappuccinos.
Yeah.
There was a lot of olives in that region, so he could have been making artisan olive oil.
That's true. I like to think he was making abstract art, like really controversial pieces.
Sure.
He was the Damien Hirst of his day, you know? He's really pushing the limits of art.
Yeah, it's nice. It's like he can be whatever we want him to be, really.
Yeah, that's great.
So little is known about his early life, but the Gospel of Luke traces his lineage to Nathan, who was one of the sons of David and Bathsheba.
Oh.
Although Matthew claims that he was descended from Solomon, who was another of David's sons.
So either way, he's of that royal lineage of David. But then he's not like, but he's like a distant relative. He's like those people who are like 258th to the throne in Britain. Everybody with any drop of noble blood knows exactly how far they are away from the throne.
Sure, yeah. How many people they'd have to kill.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there was a king, a Jewish king of Israel at the time. I think that's part of the controversy, really.
Oh, okay.
We'll probably get to that.
Okay.
But obviously, Bethlehem, where Joseph and Mary went for Jesus to be born during the census, is David's city. So I guess that's why that was his like hometown or his like ancestral seat. But anyway, so the stories of Jesus's birth differ between the Gospels of Matthew and Luke. According to Matthew, Mary conceived Jesus through God despite being a virgin. And when Joseph discovered that his betrothed was pregnant, he planned to secretly divorce her to spare her public disgrace. Which is nice, right?
Wait, what?
So Joseph found out that Mary was pregnant by God.
Right.
Probably didn't believe her.
This seems far-fetched.
Yeah. So I'll divorce you, but like not publicly so that you won't be disgraced.
But wouldn't people eventually find out that she's divorced?
Yes, I suppose.
And that she had a kid out of wedlock and then...
But maybe a secret divorce is like you still live under the same roof. You're just not married. He has someone else.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
Because I would see, like, the thing that would really seem to save her from disgrace is if he just continued to be married to her. Or, like, got married. Wait, was he... You said they were betrothed, right? So they weren't married yet.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Unclear.
So how do you get divorced from somebody that you're...
I think it was as bad as getting divorced if you broke a betrothal. Like, because they were quite formal.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
However, an angel visited him in a dream and told him to marry Mary, assuring him that the child was God's.
Oh.
Which, like, easy to accept. There's definitely no other explanation, or, like, if you're in a semi-conscious state and a guy with wings claims that your betrothed's baby that isn't yours is not someone else's either, you just accept that, right?
So you're saying that Mary got him drunk, then, like, had a friend of hers dress up like an angel.
Put on some wings,
Put on some wings. Here's what you're going to tell him. Tell him that it's God's baby. It's definitely not Tony's down the street, okay? And tell him that he definitely has to marry me, okay?
Yeah.
No, there's no way this is going to spiral out of control. It's just one little lie. He's going to totally believe it.
She had to keep digging and digging, and that's how the whole religion came about.
Rough. It does seem like if it was like an angel, like a biblically correct angel,
that would have been a terrifying dream.
Eyeballs.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd be like, look, I know you're freaked out right now, but I just need to tell you a little bit of information.
Look into my 7 eyes.
Please stop bleeding from your eyeballs and just focus up what's going on right now.
So if we haven't alienated the really nice person who gave us a lovely review and is devoutly religious before, then maybe we have now. Apologies.
Oh, sorry.
According to the Greek gospel, Joseph was middle-aged when he married Mary, but some Eastern traditions claim that he was 90.
Oh. I hope he's 19, because I think Mary's probably closer to 19 than middle-aged.
Oh, 90.
Oh, 90.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it went worse in the other direction.
Yeah. So he was very much the Hugh Hefner of his time, or like anyone old and rich and gross, with a wife that's 30 to 40 years younger.
Even you see that Rupert Murdoch is getting remarried to a lady who's like...
Wait, didn't Rupert Murdoch die?
No. Wait, did he die today?
No, Why did I think he was dead?
Because there was a bunch of news alerts about him, and you're like, oh, he's dead. And it's like, he's getting remarried. What the fuck?
Oh, I see.
Why?
Gross. Well, like, Robert De Niro has just had a baby. Well, his young wife has just... And he's like 80. Ugh.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I had kids kind of late in life. But I'm in my 40s. And just, like, the thought of,
That's
like...
not that late in life. Like,
it's not...
Because, like, if you were a womb haver, you'd still be able to naturally give birth and like naturally conceive, possibly.
Yeah, but like part of me is like my parents had me when they were much younger.
Yeah,
and they're still in my life. And then like the thought that like, oh, if by the time my kids will be my age, I don't know. It's like it's a very dark thought. You're like, oh, you'll be 80. Won't get to see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, or I won't be able to make it that. I won't make it that long, right? Or something like that. But like the idea that you like, you have a kid, and you'll be like, well, maybe I'll make it to his kindergarten. Like,
yeah. I'm going to see him graduate from preschool.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, like maybe you live long enough to see him walk. Like, it's so...
Do you think that's why in America, they have so much pageantry? Like, because you do graduate nursery, don't you? And like primary school and stuff. They have like graduation ceremonies for like all of the young years of education. Right. So maybe it's because there are so many like...
Of all the elderly dads?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's so close to death's door. Could we just do that for his benefit? I don't know. It just seems like a really weird fucking thing to do from my perspective.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was funny that Rupert Murdoch married a woman that's like in her 60s, but she's still 30 years younger than him.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm 31, and I cannot imagine being attracted to a 10-year-old. I would like to make that very clear. Or indeed a newborn.
It does not go the other direction, right? It's so weird. I think it's to some extent, I think it's just like really old, powerful men marry young women because it's illegal to eat them. Like, it's like they just want to like...
I just want to have a human. Yeah,
they just want to like consume that youth and like have it and like possess it. And it's just like cannibalism is illegal, but marrying them is somehow totally above board.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll do that.
And that's my way of doing it, yeah.
Yeah.
So not only was he the first TikToker and Subway artist, Joseph was a pioneering predatory old man.
Old lech?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are lots of those in the Old Testament, to be fair.
That's fair. Yeah, I was going to say, like, this is no pioneer. Yeah. So I think he's continuing in, like, the grand tradition of the House of David.
Yeah.
And,
However, scholars believe that it's more likely that both Mary and Joseph were teenagers. So...
Oh, thank God.
So, yeah.
But anyways.
Anyway, so Jesus was born in Bethlehem, but Joseph received a second vision in which an angel warned him to flee Egypt with his family to escape from King Herod, who'd ordered the massacre of the children of Bethlehem.
Wait, was Bethlehem in Egypt at the time?
No. So Jesus was in Bethlehem.
But didn't you say he fled from Egypt?
Fled to Egypt.
Oh, he fled to Egypt.
Yeah.
All right, never mind.
Once Herod had died, an angel told Joseph that he should return, but that he must avoid Herod's son. So rather than going back to Bethlehem, they went to Nazareth in Galilee and settled there.
Oh, okay.
This version of the story fulfilled the requirement that the Messiah must be born in Bethlehem, while also recognizing the tradition that Jesus came from Nazareth. So that's like bit of travel, nomadic beginnings.
So like why is he in Bethlehem?
Yeah.
But then he's going to Nazareth.
Yeah, now we know.
Okay, now we know.
Luke took a different approach to reconciling these traditions. According to his gospel, Joseph lived in Nazareth but had to travel to Bethlehem with Mary because of the census, as I mentioned earlier.
Right, that's what I had heard as well. Yeah. That's the story I knew.
Well, this is the thing with the Bible, is it's full of contradictions, and that's why you should not base much of your ethics on it, maybe.
Don't the ethics are, love your neighbor and blah blah blah.
Well, again, depends on your interpretation.
Right, okay. So I think, I've seen like the broad strokes are God is love and you should share that love with the world.
Unless you're super right wing and you're like, actually God is hate and here's all the hate that I found.
Yeah, and it's like, and God is also like I should probably be paying my cleaner less.
Yeah, and avoiding taxes.
And avoiding taxes, yeah.
So the canonical Gospels state that Mary was a virgin when Jesus was conceived, but in John and Matthew's Gospels, shout out Matthew, Jesus is described as Joseph's son. So the Gospel also mentions that Jesus had brothers and sisters, but their parentage is unclear. So basically there's a Catholic tradition that Mary remained a virgin her whole life, and that is contradicted by the Gospel.
I mean, they say that she was a virgin, but isn't it just that she was a virgin when she gave birth to...
No, so the Catholic doctrine is that she remained a virgin forever.
Oh, I see.
And in the Eastern Orthodox... Oh, here we go. There we go. The Eastern Orthodox Church claims that Joseph was a widower when he married Mary, and that Jesus' siblings were the children from Joseph and his first wife. And the Catholic Church states that mentions of Jesus' brothers and sisters in fact refer to his cousins.
You know how you do.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, like, I'm sure I've told you this, because my mum and my aunt are identical twins, my cousins are as related to me as my half-brother is.
I guess.
Because genetically we share one parent. So it could have been that.
I mean...
Maybe Mary had a slutty identical twin.
I don't know. It's like, no, I mean, I know it explicitly says brothers and sisters, but what they really mean there, I think it's cousins. You'll find that...
To be fair, he refers to lots of his disciples as brothers and sisters at times.
See, that's what I thought they were going to say. It's like, oh, brothers and sisters, it's a purely metaphorical thing.
Yeah.
But like, no, instead they were like, no, they're definitely related to him, but it's cousins. Yeah. You'll see.
It's very strange. And like, again, another example of the contradictoriness, I think, because or not the contradict, but like the open to interpretationness of like, oh, brothers and sisters, it's a metaphor. So how come that's a metaphor, but like, you know, a man lying with a man as with a woman is an abomination? That's definitely literal, okay? Like, it's just very cherry picking. Anyway,
it's just some parts are truer than other parts.
Yeah, that's how truth works.
Yeah.
Given that Mary is believed to be a perpetual virgin in the Catholic Church, Mary and Joseph supposedly never had sex.
I love that she's a perpetual virgin. Like, she's just non-stop virgin.
She's virgin by day, virgin by night. Is it like vegans now? It's like, how do you know someone's a virgin? They'll tell you. There's a bit of outdated humour for you there.
That is rather. I find that as like a vegetarian, I find that offensive because like it's not that they will tell you. It's like that people will come and be like, "I made dinner. It's got 6 types of ham in it."
Yeah.
And you're like,
actually, yeah.
Thank you, but I am a vegetarian.
Yeah. Also, like, if you didn't tell someone, then they would cook you food that's inappropriate. Yeah. So it's silly.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like,
okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my brief lapse into being a boomer. Okay.
It's more like people are really annoyed that I don't do everything exactly the same way as you, and then people are like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm highly offended by this.
Oh my god. I made the mistake of reading the comments under a Guardian article about how the National Trust are taking mushrooms off their menus in their National Trust properties because the majority of mushrooms are grown in peat, and peat, like, extraction of peat is very bad for the environment.
Oh.
And, like, the comments were like, I'm gonna just burn some peat just to make up for this. And it's like, you're such a fucking idiot. Like, just amazing.
Who's gonna die on a hill of mushrooms? That's fucking mushrooms. I don't care for mushrooms.
Mushrooms are good, and all right,
but yeah, get back to what we were talking about.
Fine, you were the one that started bitching about mushrooms after I told that relevant story. So Joseph is also mentioned in Luke's account. Sorry, a moth just landed on my laptop. Gross. I hate them so much.
Sorry, we're going to shut down the podcast for a couple hours, guys. We'll be right back.
I'm being traumatized. They're just so, like, creepy. Anyway.
They're just butterflies.
Yeah, but they're brown and they eat your clothes.
Okay.
Another way of looking at it is that butterflies are moths, and so they're gross too. If you think about it.
I feel like you're not going to get a lot of people on the butterflies are gross wagon.
This is another me trying to be an environmentalist, but like imploding because of my various limitations and sillinesses. Yeah. But like, I try very hard not to squish bugs anymore. But like, I'm so grossed out by them. It's quite a lot to not, but I resent them.
All right, so where were we? Joseph, so potentially a widower, potentially had siblings. Definitely never slept with Mary.
Yeah, maybe.
Even though they were married for...
Also, it literally doesn't make sense, like, because if you're going to be like, oh, Jesus was a miracle born of a virgin birth, fine, but like she could have sex afterwards. Like that's not going to mess it up.
Yeah, let a girl have a little fun. The first century stressful. Let her.
Also, like obviously, virginity is a social construct anyway. But like in terms of physical virginity, like you can't have a baby without breaking your hymen. I'm fairly sure.
Yeah.
Like just from squeezing them out.
It's the technical term, yeah.
I mean, some people's breaks from horse riding, and she famously was on a donkey before she had the baby. Anyway, so
there you go.
I'm a Mary virginity truther.
Yeah.
This is me investigating. Gross. So when Jesus was 12, Mary and Joseph took him on a pilgrimage to Jerusalem for Passover, along with a group of friends and relatives. Could have been brothers and sisters, could have been cousins.
No, definitely not brothers and sisters.
Yeah, not
At
actually.
most,
Yes.
a cousin or maybe a foster kid that they temporarily were watching, but nothing blood related.
Yeah, and that's important because I think I'm fairly sure if God is your dad, you have a big inheritance that you don't want to split up. I think that's the thinking behind this. Once they completed the pilgrimage, they began the journey home, but after a day of travelling, Mary and Joseph realised that Jesus was nowhere to be seen. So there we go, he's a great parent.
Yikes! This is a real This is why you shouldn't have kids when you're a teenager, because you just aren't responsible enough.
Yeah.
Hey,
where did the baby go, man?
Oh,
dude,
man.
I don't care.
It's probably like he was going on one of his long rants about how
Neutral
the other guys
Milk Hotel
artists
aren't even that in indie anymore.
Punk rock hasn't, was like, it was the Stooges and then nothing, all right? It was that. They made it, they defined it, and then everybody else was just a bunch of fucking posers, and he's talking about this, he's going on and on about it, like, Mary's trying not to nod off, and then all of a sudden the baby's gone.
Wait, hang on, Jesus was 12, so... So it wasn't a baby, and they weren't teenagers anymore. So this whole thing doesn't work. But for the sake of the bit, let's pretend it's all fine.
Yeah, they're still pretty young.
So the couple returned to Jerusalem to search for their son. After 3 days,
wow,
they found Jesus in the temple with the elders, listening and asking them questions.
So he had spent 3 days at the temple at least.
Yeah,
just hanging out with these rabbis.
Yeah, and when Mary reprimanded him for wandering off, Jesus said, "How is it that you sought me? Did you not know that I must be in my Father's house?" That's a classic teenage riposte, I would say.
Yeah. Well, I was right here, Mom. God. Yeah. Embarrassing me in front of my rabbi friend.
Yeah, my dad actually owns this place.
Does he know that he's the son of God at this point? Did they sit him down and tell him, like, son, you're not quite adopted, but...
Yeah. Again, very, debatable.
Is this supposed to be like an oh my gosh moment, like he just knows? Or is it like, yeah, of course he knows, we've been telling him since he was born?
I'm fairly sure there's, a few non-canonical gospels that go through, his teenage years, where it's, he's discovering his superpowers type thing.
Oh.
And they're too fun to be in the main Bible, I think. But in several of the Gospels, there's barely an implication that he's even, the Son of God. He's just prophet, right?
Just a real nice guy.
Yeah. So, again, it's kind of like the later church fathers and stuff projecting the ideology that they've already made onto the story kind of thing.
Because it's only one of the Gospels really says that he's the Son of God, right?
Yeah, I think it's...
Or there's only really one with miracles in it.
No,
right?
they all have miracles, but they can be interpreted as, parables or alternative explanations.
I can't remember. I just feel like there's one that goes really hard at this.
Yeah, well, Jesus refers to himself a lot as the Son of Man rather than the Son of God. But then, at times, the clouds open and God says, "This is my son."
You guys picking on my son? Hey, picking on my boy down there? What are you doing? I'm gonna smite. Oh,
Again, the Bible is not a historical document. I hate to break this to you, but yeah, so it's contradictory and unclear. Anyway, this is the last time that Joseph is mentioned in the canonical Gospels. It's implied that he may have died, leaving Mary a widow by the time Jesus was an adult. He's not mentioned in the story of the wedding at Cana.
Is this she's like, this is the last time you lose our kid in a public place?
Yeah, so she washes her hands of him.
Yeah, she's like, you were always doing this. You never put us first.
Yeah.
You know what? I need you out of my life, Joseph. And she kicks that loser to the curb.
Well, he doesn't come with them to the wedding at Cana, and he doesn't appear in the accounts of the crucifixion. And because those are
he's at home,
quite big, like
carpentering.
Yeah, he's just obsessed with his wood.
Yeah, he's the one who's bankrolling all their little trips to Cana. He's like, I'm the one who makes all the money here and keeps this family afloat, so that you guys can go and do whatever it is you do, visiting weddings and stuff. It's like, hey, maybe you can make some loaves and fishes for me over here. That'd be really nice. I'm over here just toiling away all day in my workshop.
So there are alternative traditions.
Alternative facts.
Sure. Joseph of Arimathea takes charge of Jesus' body after he dies, which would customarily have been the father's role, suggesting that Joseph was no longer present or alive.
Wait, so this is definitely a different Joseph? Is Joseph of Arimathea?
Yeah, Joseph. Yeah, it's just a coincidence.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like, one of the other guys that was crucified alongside Jesus was also called Jesus. So, like, they're not very original with names at the time. That's what I'm saying.
Again, early days, like a dozen names tops. So it's like, oh, his dad's not here. Who's the next closest guy named Joseph?
You'll do.
This guy from Arimathea over here? Yeah, all right.
There are alternative traditions of the life of Joseph in apocryphal texts. So, like I said, these are basically like gospels that are too fun to be in the canon.
Too hot for the Bible.
Yeah. According to the Gospel of James, which was written around 150 AD, Joseph was an old man chosen by God to watch over Mary, and Jesus' brothers are his children from an earlier marriage.
Okay.
There's a biography of Joseph entitled The History of Joseph the Carpenter, which was written in the 5th century, and claims to have been dictated by Jesus himself. Which...
Wait. So this one in the mid or the 2nd century, right? And so this is this saying like Joseph was just basically like a bodyguard for Mary and Jesus.
Yeah, or like, again, maybe like one of those older husbands who never actually, like, it's a creepy age gap, but they don't actually ever consummate, so it's okay.
Right. Okay.
Maybe?
I know, I like this idea that he's just like, me and my boys from my previous marriage, we're going to make sure nothing happens to you guys.
Well, yeah, I mean, Mary's value as the carrier of the Messiah was like, you know, they had to keep her alive long enough for her to do that.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay, and then this 5th century one that was dictated by Jesus himself.
According
Jesus
to this
came
account,
back from heaven to be like, hey, by the way, I want to tell you about my dad.
Yeah, and it's not good.
Oh.
So in this account, Joseph was given charge of Mary when she was 12 years old, while he was a 90-year-old widower with 4 sons and 2 daughters. Presumably, all of these sons and daughters were older than Mary.
So he adopted her?
Yeah, let's call it that.
That's the only legal framework that works in my mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mary lived in his household, raising his youngest son, known as James the Less, until she was of marriageable age at 14 and a half.
Oh, I have an objection.
Your Honor. Look, he did nothing illegal. That's what this is saying. I think that was the age of consent.
It's all above board.
Yeah. All she was just a nanny until she was old enough to be a full-grown adult.
What a grim world for women.
Yeah.
I mean, like, things aren't perfect, but man, this is so fucking grim.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure it's legal anywhere, but it still happens in
places.
Fair. Gross.
Yeah, but I mean, like, at least nobody's
sanctioning it officially. Yeah.
I mean, outside of certain, like Mormon sects or whatever.
So in this account, Joseph lived to the age of 111, but was not affected by any physical ailments in his later life. Quote, he did not, however, labour under any bodily weakness, nor had his sight failed, nor had any tooth perished from his mouth. So maybe he was 90, but he had the body of like a 30-year-old, so it was more acceptable. I think that's what this is saying.
There you go. Clean living.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
It's honest work in the carpentry shop.
Not having sex with his child wife keeps you young.
No, really does, so good for him. So he lived to be 111, absolutely no sign of infirmity, and then just one day just dropped dead.
Which is kind of crazy because, like, I'm fairly sure they didn't brush their teeth back in those days, and yet none of his fell out.
But also I think that they didn't have as much sugar in their diets.
No, that's true. It was just, apart from, but as we established, he was a barista. He would have been around cappuccinos all day.
I guess we did establish that.
He was a coffee addict.
Well, in that alternate reality, I guess. Yeah.
Hey, it's as likely to be true as anything else that we are talking about right now.
You raise a valid point.
Thank you. One day, an angel appeared to him and told him that the hour of his death was near.
I just wanted to pop in to let you know you're going to be dying real soon.
Well,
okay,
you know,
see you later, bud.
if he wasn't getting any signs of old age, then how else was he going to know?
I guess that's true. He's probably like, am I immortal? Everybody I knew as a kid is long since dead, and I'm looking pretty good.
Yeah, and that was why the angel had to go and disillusion him of that.
Yeah, Jesus was probably like, hey, can you go talk to my dad? Because he thinks he's immortal, and he's starting to do some crazy shit. Like, he's like, I'm going to jump over this canyon in my rocket bike. And I'm like, Dad, you're going to get yourself really injured, okay? You know, you can definitely die.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. It's like, no, pretty sure I'm immortal, son.
But look, I got all my teeth.
Yeah, check out the old pearly whites. I think they tell a different story there, Jesus, my boy. So if you'll excuse me, I have to set up this ramp so I can jump this canyon like a total badass.
And the thing is that he'll only listen to angels at this point. Like, he only does things because angels tell him to. So,
you know, in fairness, it's a great trump card. When you're like in your argument, you're going back and forth with Joseph, you're just talking his ear off. He's like, he's not listening. He's pushing back. You're like, okay, fine. Look, here it is. A messenger from God himself. Yeah, I'm sorry I had to do this. And I'm sorry your eyeballs have to bleed again to look at the angel. But it's just the way it has to be.
Yeah.
All right? Because you're just not listening.
It's like the analogy now would be like you would have to write an article in the Daily Mail to get them to trust the argument.
That mainstream media rag. Come on.
I'm sorry that I don't know about fringe right-wing media, okay?
Yeah.
Breitbart, there we go. I know of one.
Yeah, those are just paid shells too. Man, you are so bought into this mainstream media. They are totally in control of your mind. Look at the puppet strings on Anna. Oh, she don't know what's going on anymore. Talking about all these mainstream publications. You need to be on the dark web. That's where the real information is, Anna.
Is this your attempt to, like, make the podcast popular by just going super right-wing?
I gotta try something. We need to move some tickets for this live show.
I'm not sure I want an audience of Nazis. I feel like...
Once we have their money, it doesn't matter.
Well, you say that, but if we're in a room with them and there's like 50 of them and only 2 of us.
I'm going to throw you into front of...
Wow. Your Jewish human shield.
Wow. Is that what this is about? I'd like you to know it's not because you're Jewish, it's because you're weak.
Great. Talking of Jewish people, let's get back to Joseph.
All right, sorry.
So he was afraid and travelled to Jerusalem to pray in the temple, asking for the angel Michael to be sent to him.
It's like, I don't believe you, angel. I'm going to need to speak to your manager.
I want a second opinion on this dying thing.
Yeah. Again, I just checked. I still got all my teeth. I don't know what... And you say I'm going to die soon? Let's discuss this.
Again, I guess if we're talking about the Daily Mail, like, all foods give you cancer. So,
right.
Yeah, he definitely wanted a second opinion.
But alternately, all foods cure cancer. So...
Oh, that's a good point. You can never be sure. When he returned to Nazareth, he fell ill and was confined to his bed. So that was a pretty, definitive second opinion, that one.
All right, yeah. I like confined to his bed makes it sound like they had to strap him down. He's like, I'm never gonna die!
Look at my teeth! Look at them!
I'm gonna chew through these fucking restraints I'm gonna show you! Dad's mind went before his body did, that's for sure.
Well, he got ill, so he finally did succumb, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the angels Michael and Gabriel showed up to collect his soul, protecting it from demons on the way up to heaven. Okay. Which is weird. I didn't know that there were demons on the way to heaven, but...
Well, I guess, I don't know, like, demons are just like, oh boy, we're gonna get a good one today. Like,
yeah, I guess so.
It implies that a lot of souls are like the demons can just get you at the last minute.
Yeah, well, I guess because once your soul has left your body, it's then in the realm of the demons, right?
Right, it's just out there in the open.
Yeah,
like, it's not safe
not
inside.
Protected by your mortal shell. Yeah.
Yeah, and then now it's out and exposed, and you gotta scurry to heaven real fast, or get an armed escort.
Yeah, right. So that was the end of his life.
So Joseph is dead now.
Yes.
He went down fighting
with his entourage. Yeah.
Yeah. And then what happened?
There are various relics claimed to be Joseph's.
Oh.
You like hearing about relics?
I do.
Good.
I was worried that there weren't going to be any relics.
No,
it's like a long time
it
ago.
It was a very long time ago. It's improbable that there would be relics, given that we don't have relics for a lot of more recent saints. But
and yet here we are.
Yeah, including a piece of cloth.
Wow.
That's pretty miraculous as a relic, because like you would think that in 2,000 years that would disintegrate. Maybe it had microplastics in it.
It's quality. It's just quality.
No, it's not quality, because quality fabrics, Matthew, are organic and break down better. I think this was a really cheap polyester cloak, and that's why. So yeah, it's believed to have been from his cloak, and it lives in Rome and is said to have been brought there from the Holy Land by Saint Jerome in the 4th century.
Oh, okay. So it's only 300 years old when Saint Jerome gets it.
Sure.
And so then they put it in Rome and they can take care of it there. So I think that's...
Okay.
There's lots of old, like, you've been to a museum or, like, the Bodleian Library here in Oxford. They have, like, these tapestries.
Yeah, that's
that
true.
Are really old.
Yeah, and, like, the Magna Carta. That's pretty old.
That's pretty old. The Constitution.
But again, 300 years, like, I mean, how was Jerome preserving it? Because, yeah, 300 years is quite a long time for a cloak to be floating around without disintegrating, unless it was, like, again, made of plastic bottles or something.
Well, the Middle East has a lot of oil.
Sure.
So you know.
It's plausible, is what you're saying.
It's plausible.
Okay.
Saying the opposite. It's possible. It's also, it's like, it gets touched by the divine. So, you know.
Well, there is that, I suppose.
Yeah, you're missing the obvious explanation.
Yeah, no, my bad.
So there's a piece of cloth.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Okay, can you see it?
Or
do they keep it locked away?
Oh, good question. Do you want me to look that up? Because it's not mentioned in this research.
Does the Pope use it as a napkin? All right, what else we got? Is any bones or things?
That's the main one that was mentioned.
Oh.
But various other things are claimed to be his. Again, I can look up more specifics if you'd like.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's what we're here, right? Specifics.
Fine.
But the providence of these other things are not as well established as this piece of cloth that came from St. Jerome.
For sure, yeah.
Okay.
There is no mention of relics on his Wikipedia page.
All right, never mind then.
I think Kat did very well to find about the cloak, to be honest.
All right, that's fine.
But he did have some miracles.
Okay. What miracles has he got?
So, Joseph is believed to have prevented a famine in Sicily during the Middle Ages.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so there was a drought, and the people of Sicily prayed to Joseph to bring rain and promised that if he answered their entreaties, they would prepare a huge feast in his honour. Sure enough, rain came, allowing the fava bean crop to grow, and the Sicilians prepared a banquet in thanks.
The fava beans?
Yep. To this day, fava beans are placed on the altar of St. Joseph's Day and eaten as part of a soup called maku. It is also traditional to give food to the needy, and food served on St. Joseph's Day often contains breadcrumbs to represent sawdust as a reference to his profession as a carpenter.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I guess that's better than the first draft, which was probably like, should we just put sawdust in this? It's like,
it's only for the poor.
Yeah. Actually, they were like, are you filling out your bread with sawdust? No, it is a definite, I'm not being cheap here. It's just, obviously, I'm not just filling out food with sawdust. It's because of Saint Joseph.
Yeah, it's a reference.
It's a reference to him, and it's a thanks to Saint Joseph, and that's why I cut the food with sawdust. Yeah, I'm trying to be respectful.
You sound it.
You're being extremely disrespectful here to Saint Joseph. Wow, I am gonna tell him about this the next time I pray.
So, preventing a drought.
That's pretty good. Well, he did stop the drought, and then stopped the famine from happening.
Yes.
The drought already happened.
But the drought, yeah. So, a classic miracle where it's like, he prevented the bad thing after the other bad thing had already happened.
Right.
And it's a miracle.
Yeah.
Don't question
it. I love this, like, bad things are happening, and then you kind of, like, the solution is just to kind of tug on the sleeve of a saint and be like, hey, could you tell God to make it rain?
Yeah. As it's weird, it doesn't occur to them until, like, after the drought. Because, like, a drought's not just bad for food production, right? It's like...
Yeah, bad for water production.
Yeah, and, well, very good. But also for wildlife.
Yeah.
So
you're saying water good.
Yeah.
Interesting. What a bold stance to take.
Very intellectual position.
Truly revolutionary.
In 1852, the Bishop of Santa Fe, New Mexico, ordered a chapel to be built under the supervision of the Sisters of Loretto, which is like a nun order. It's not just a guy called Loretto had his sisters.
Wait, is it the Sisters of Laredo?
Yeah.
Oh, like Texas.
Maybe it's spelled with 2 T's, so I presume that you pronounce the T's.
No, Laredo is spelled with a D. That's right. Yeah.
Oh well, there you go. So
yeah. Okay, never mind. All right, fine.
I mean, I could do the whole thing in this accent that I don't know what it is, but it's just generic American if you want.
No, it's not. It's not generic anything. It's gross. Stop it.
It's better than your British accent.
No, it isn't.
I think it is.
I beg to differ.
When the building was almost completed, the builders realised that there was no staircase connecting the nave to the choir.
Oh, that's what this torn part of the blueprint was. Okay, we thought that was just like extra. Okay, yeah, there was supposed to be a. All right, that's on us, guys. That we should have gone back to the architect and gotten but we were in a hurry, and it was like it's like a little sliver that's torn out of the blueprint. We thought it wouldn't be a big deal.
It turns out pretty crucial.
Yeah. At what point do you notice? Wait, did you say they finished the building?
Yeah. Oh no, when it was almost completed.
When it was almost completed.
I guess they were doing like a walk around, and it was like, wait a minute, where's the stairs?
Yeah, it's like, so here's where the altar will be, and we put all these pews here. There's lovely stained glass windows. We're having them shipped in from California. They're gonna be beautiful. You're gonna love those. They're coming in next week, and then the nave's up there. Yeah, and then how do we get to the nave? Will you just go? Oh, you wanna? Can you excuse me for a second, guys? Where's the fucking nave? How do we get to the fucking nave? There's supposed to be staircase. I said there was supposed to be staircase. I said that 2 weeks ago, and you didn't listen.
Well, it wasn't in the blueprints.
It was in the blueprints. We had a ladder. Yeah, the ladder was for construction. You need a staircase. Come on, guys. It's making me look bad in front of the bishop.
And the nuns. The nuns are going to be very cross.
Oh.
So the nuns insisted that a staircase be built, but the builders explained that this would be impossible due to the design of the building. So literally it wasn't in the... I can't do it. It wasn't in the original quote. There's no more money.
Sorry.
No money, no stairs.
Yeah. Did you think they want stairs? No, they probably won't, but let's just board up this whole thing.
Instead of giving up, the nuns prayed to St. Joseph for a solution. Because he's a carpenter, right? So he's the guy that you pray for when you're having DIY problems.
I was just like, why this guy? And then and you know what? You're right. When you're right, you're right. That is true. Like this is like a very functional saint to go to. I mean, this
for
is
sure.
Just it's like, oh, I know a contractor who can handle this. Like these guys are this Mickey Mouse operation that built this nave without any steps. Yeah, okay, I know a guy. All right, so let me give him a call.
We should have just stuck within the church for the whole thing. That's the lesson.
It's
here.
the thing, So they
the nuns made the sensible choice to pray to St. Joseph. According to one version of the legend, shortly afterwards, a man appeared at the chapel doors and said that he could build a staircase so long as he was granted total privacy.
No one can see my methods.
Yeah, the man locked himself in the chapel for 3 months with only simple tools and disappeared once he'd finished building the staircase, taking no payment. Some claim that the spiral staircase should not have been able to stand because it's freestanding with no central support pillar, and some believe that carpenter was Joseph himself.
Oh my gosh. I really feel like 3 months seems too long for a miracle. I'm just gonna say,
if it was a miracle, it would have been instantaneous.
It would have been like a weekend. I'm like, he locked him inside for 3 days.
Yeah, three days is the classic miracle time, right?
When you started saying 3, I was like, days.
Months?
No. What?
Yeah. Surely biblical miracle time is 3 days or 40 days.
How long's that stranger been locked into the church? Like a month already? Really? He's not finished? No. There's no bathroom in that church.
There's a lot of sawdust, though. You can just pee in that.
Yeah. Are they just slipping food under the door, or?
Yeah, flat food. Pancakes.
What's the name of this church?
Well, it's a chapel in Santa Fe, New Mexico, that was built in 1852. It's a good point. We should probably know the name.
I feel like I've actually seen this.
Wait, you've been there?
No, I've never actually been there, but I've heard about this staircase. Just how
improbable, architecturally improbable it is.
Yeah.
We should definitely put it as a stop on the big tour when we do that.
I think it is an extremely exquisite and beautiful staircase. Yeah. And I don't, in my various researches into woodworking and stuff,
Yeah.
I think I've come across it at some point. And I had heard this story before, like years ago. I like half remember this.
Well,
it is I'm looking at it now.
It wasn't told as well as me and Kat did it, obviously.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's why I forgot most of it. But I'll always remember it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, if you're into spiral staircases, do yourself a favor, Google this. It's a real
piece of work.
Real joy to look at. It is really nice. It's like super nice. And yeah, like it doesn't have any central support.
So are we saying that Joseph's title as an artisan was in fact earned? Sounds like.
It is. I mean, the guy had like 2,000 years of carpentry experience at that point, and he knocked out a real fucking great staircase as a result.
Fair. It's quality craftsmanship.
I was like 3 months. And looking at it, you're like, oh, that's 3 months of work. Yeah, that's really. I mean, like 3 months, like that's a year's work. Like really, honestly.
Even for a miracle, it was quite quick as a turnover.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I'm saying like that. Yet it would be like that's like you want that now. That'd be like that's like a year. Of artisans working around the clock.
Yeah.
So you know what? I take it all back. Miracle. It's really beautiful. I mean, like just like if you
the real miracle here is Matthew changing his mind.
If you're into stairs, I tell you, have a Google. I googled New Mexico Chapel St. Joseph, and it comes up.
Good, excellent.
I don't know. I don't want to tell you guys how to Google.
Sure,
it's not mine.
Sure. That's not what we're here for.
But,
yeah.
But yeah, it's worth it. All right, that's a pretty cool miracle. I like that miracle.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
So, based on everything, can you guess what his patronages are?
Is he the patron saint of being like a total cuck? Is he?
Naturally.
No, that's not fair. No, but he's probably the patron saint of being like a really good stepdad.
He's a patron saint of fathers. Because I guess the thing is the Catholic Church wouldn't really want to sanction the idea of step parents because that would imply divorce. So they're like,
or widowing.
I guess so. Yeah, that's a good point.
Be widowed,
True.
People die all the time, Anna. There's no reason to ask any questions.
What the hell?
What? Huh? What?
What's going on?
What? Nothing? No. I don't know why you even ask.
He's not the patron saint of beta cucks, but he is a patron saint of attorneys and barristers. So make of that what you will.
Ooh,
I'm saying they're all beta
attorneys
cucks.
and barristers.
Yeah.
Is he the patron saint of avant-garde artists?
No, but he is a patron saint of workers and especially carpenters.
Okay, that makes sense.
So close enough.
He's the patron saint of the working man.
Yeah. I haven't read much about socialism because I was like, headlines are, it sounds good, I'm on board. But I did, as part of my English A-level, I read an essay by Oscar Wilde called The Soul of Man Under Socialism, and it was like how art is like, the valuing of artists is an integral part of socialism because it's about everyone having the means to express themselves and live their truth, basically.
Right.
So I guess that would be how you would connect the artisanship to and the carpentry being like, not. Yeah. Anyway, that's me trying to be smart, and I think I just sounded like I was talking bollocks. So
yeah, because an important part of socialism is that people are doing the things they're good at, and society is supporting that, and everybody's supporting each other.
Yeah.
And one of those things that people are good at is sometimes art, and that people need art as much as they need food, and not as much as food, but like it's an integral part to society.
Yeah, to psychological health.
Yeah, that it needs to be supported as much as any other profession, really.
Yes.
So he's the patron saint of Catholic communists.
Yeah.
Got it. Who are pulling the strings, the secret world government.
Patron saint of lizard people. Yeah.
Yeah, you get off your mainstream Breitbart site, Anna. You get on the dark web with me, you'll find out the truth.
Oh my goodness.
Is he the patron saint of losing kids?
He is the patron saint of unborn children, which is a very Catholic patron saint to have.
Fair.
And
he was like the defender of like, in that one Gnostic gospel where he was just like Mary's bodyguard.
Yeah, that's true. He was defender of the pregnant.
Like, get away from that baby. Get away from that belly with that baby in it.
That's a very important pregnancy host. Sorry, I mean girl, woman.
Yeah.
Human in her own right? No.
Look, I know you don't want to not kick this lady in the stomach because she's a lady, but let me just let you know, inside
she's carrying someone very important.
That flesh bag there, shaped like a person, there's the Son of God. So let's just take it down a notch, okay?
That is exactly what his role was, yeah.
So is he the patron? But he should really be the patron saint of like, if you lose your kids at the supermarket or something, or in a major city.
Isn't that just all dads, huh?
Being a dad is tougher than people know.
Okay.
Is he the patron saint of having perfect teeth?
The patron saint of putting dentists out of business.
Yeah.
It's not on my list.
But patron saint of aging really well.
Well, so he's a patron saint of happy deaths, which I think is different from euthanasia.
I think that just going wee over a bridge.
Yeah, because that's what he was doing, right? When he was experimenting with how immortal he was. That's what you said.
Yeah, he was trying to push it. But he could be the patron saint of, like Paul Rudd, who seems not have aged in the last 20, 30 years.
Yeah, the patron saint of Dorian Gray.
Yeah. Finally see the patron saint of fava beans.
No, but this is a fun one, I think. He's a patron saint of house hunters, because obviously when they were looking for somewhere for Mary to stay, there was whenever you were trying to buy a house, it's just like that, apparently.
No, he's not like the patron saint of realtors, is he?
No, but he is a patron saint of travelers and emigrants.
What are all its patronages then?
So, the Universal Church, which is weird, because I feel like Jesus would be the patron of that.
I don't know. Yeah. The Universal Church sounds like a cult. Like, what is that like a...
It's just a term for the Catholic Church, I think.
The Universal Church sounds like a cult that you join and then eventually you kill yourself to get on a spaceship. Like, everybody was wearing the same tracksuit and then because they thought they were going to go to a spaceship.
I see. Fair. Let me see. So, Joseph. Patronages. Oh my god, there's even more on the Catholic site. But yeah, one of them is the Universal Church, and that was proclaimed by Pope Pius IX. So I don't think it is a cult. I think it's just a different term for the Catholic Church.
Oh, okay.
According to this new list, though, which is 3 times as long as the one that we did have.
Oh, Kat just sent you the highlights.
Yeah, she sent me the highlights, which is a shame, because the longer list includes people who fight communism, which is strange.
What?
Because, yep, there is a Catholic patron saint of people who fight communism.
Oh, fight communism?
Yeah,
wow.
Which is really weird, because as the worker, I feel like Joseph would be more likely to be the patron saint of communism.
Yeah, he's like the champion of the working man the way that, the Republicans are. And that they say that, but they have no policies that actually do that. Yeah.
Well, it's weird as well, because this same list also says that he's a patron saint of workers, carpenters, etc., and social justice, which I feel like if you're against communism and you're for social justice, that's a bit of a mental acrobatics that you'd have to be doing.
Joseph is just up in heaven, I don't know how to square this circle.
Yeah.
I don't know who to help now. Because on my list of things to do is
cancel socialism,
fight social justice, and help social justice.
Yeah, it's another of the contradictions we talked about. So yeah, lots of different types of workers. Maybe they're trying to promote him as the anti-union man, but pretending that he's on the side of workers.
You don't need a union. You've got God on your side.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If you want a raise, have you thought about praying for it? That's probably the most effective thing. A union's not going to help you with that. But you know what it is? Divine intervention.
Yeah. Also, you don't need more money. Just eat more sawdust. So, yeah.
You can fill your diet out with some sawdust. It fills your stomach the same way that food does. So, actually, this is another opportunity for us to say, for me to say at least, don't eat wood. Please do not eat wood.
What a callback. When did we last talk about eating wood? That was years ago.
6 months ago, but I am just
still
worried
adamant
that people might eat wood.
that it's important.
I just want to make it clear. Wood is not good for your health, and no one should eat it.
Well,
despite what Anna is trying to push.
It's not me, it's Joseph.
Anyways.
And the people of Sicily, apparently. Sicilian food's nice. What the hell?
Somebody was sawdust, and they're like, no, we're Sicilian. We're going to use breadcrumbs.
Yeah, fair, because we're fancy.
We take pride in this shit, okay?
Yeah, fair enough. Well, he is actually the patron saint of Sicily as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, I think Sicily's got 20 saints.
Probably. He's also, unsurprisingly, the patron saint of anywhere called San Jose.
Fair.
Which is several cities, towns, and locations. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. Oh, okay. No, that's all right. Lots of workers, lots of anti-worker movements.
Yeah. The patron saint of contradiction.
Lawyers, barristers, San Jose's is his.
Yeah.
Your San Jose's is I's. Yeah.
House hunters.
House hunters, that's a weird one.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like, are you even working class if you're getting on the property ladder?
No. Well,
yes.
In perfect world, yes.
I suppose. But again, that's in the socialist vision that Joseph is anti, apparently.
Or at least the pro-union vision, which, yeah. I feel like, I mean, yeah, like, Joseph should be, like, the patron saint of unions.
Yeah.
Like, that should be, but...
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I think that's just, you know, the Catholic Church is suppressing that part of his ideology or legend.
Anyway, so Anna, given all of these newly figured out patronages,
yeah,
and what you've heard about Saint Joseph, would you ever have Saint Joseph intercede for you for any reason, you think?
Well, I am not very good at DIY, and it seems like he was. So on that,
fair.
Like if I was trying to assemble some flat pack furniture and I was failing, then I might consider praying to St. Joseph. I would say from the sound of his miracles, he was a better carpenter than he was a dad.
Fair.
But then again, so is my dad, and he's not even a carpenter, am I right?
Wow.
So yeah, I would say that Joseph is probably, I would say, more of a role model for you, Matthew, because you are both a father and a guy who likes DIY.
And that's true. And I did lose Tavish at the library the other day. So
which is the modern day equivalent of the temple, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It's in a temple of knowledge.
Yeah. When you found him, did he sass you?
No, he was just sitting by the kids section because he wanted to... I took him to the main part of the library because I had to print some things off.
Right.
And...
You were trying to get him to talk to the elders, and he actually just wanted to read the kids' books.
He just wanted to run around the kids section because there were toys in there. Yeah, I think that as a dad, he's I don't know if he's a great example of a good dad. I mean, he seems very supportive of his kid being the son of God.
Yeah.
Just being maybe too supportive. I don't know.
Getting really into it with all the making friends with all the angels.
Yeah. He got to meet a lot of angels as a part of it. You know, that's pretty cool. Yeah, again, if I lose the kid, you know, somewhere, definitely want to be able to find him again. But I don't know that he really found him.
Yeah.
Like, he and Mary found him, in 3 days. Heaven help me if I ever lose my kid for 3 days. Yeah. That's a nightmare.
Heaven help you. St. Joseph help you.
Anybody help me, yeah. Anyways. But yeah, I think that, you know, as a carpenter, as somebody who likes to do woodworking, you know, it's nice to just have a little expert kind of, you know,
in your corner.
Like somebody who's got like 2,000 years of experience making things to kind of like just be like, hey, what are your thoughts on this? Maybe how can I make this like a little bit better? And I will say that I mean, the one example of his work that we have.
You're obsessed with that.
That staircase. Did you Google this staircase?
I haven't yet, no.
Yeah, it is.
I'll do it after lunch.
It's really beautiful.
I'm trying to drop hints here, Matthew. I really want some lunch.
Fine. I know you want lunch, but I think that you could fill your belly with images of that staircase.
Well, and sawdust.
Pretty exquisite.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, yeah, that one staircase is really nice. And I will admit that is miraculous and beautiful. Anyways. Well, thank you, Anna, for telling me the story of this thoroughly okay father. You know, I think that as an example, it shows that you can be a kind of bad dad and your kid can turn out great.
I suppose so, yeah. Can't argue with that.
You know?
I mean, he did get killed when he was 33.
Well, yes, but he was a good guy. It wasn't his fault that he got killed. He was out there trying to tell people nice stuff and be good to people. That's very true. You know? And how the world reacted to that is not his fault. He was true to himself. And I think that as a father, that's what you most hope for your kids. And he was definitely much less of a deadbeat dad than Jesus' real dad.
Yeah, that's true.
Who didn't bother to show up until he was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's kind of inspiring. So thank you, Anna, for telling me this story. It makes me feel better about my own parenting.
Well, you're very welcome. Have a blessed month.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.